Welcome to the Fighting's Final. I'm your host, Mike Laro. Phil's win tonight 6-5 over the Miami Marlins. And kind of holding your breath there for a minute as the Marlins would not go away tonight. Decent night for Christopher Sanchez. He gets to number 16 on the season, win number 16. First in the major leagues. Could Christopher Sanchez get to 20 games? That's the question now. Does he get to 20 games? And if he does he get to Cy Young? That's all I got to say with that. So he's the first pitcher to 16 wins as we get ready to go see this. Guys, there is no final word tonight. Just a real quick reminder, this is your schedule for this week. Fighting's Final tomorrow with Big Al. Matty B will follow him roughly around 10 o'clock with the final word. We'll also be here on Wednesday, Thursday, just Matty B, Friday, Big Al, and then Saturday, the best of during the day, the best of It's a Wrap for the week, followed by the postgame with the Cardinals and postgame Eagles and Patriots, and then the postgame Sunday. That's right, because me and Al are off this week. We are taking the day off. I'm going to the beach. I'm going to go chunk-a-dunkin'. So make sure you guys definitely tune in. Here's the rest of you guys, the series for this week with the Marlins up until Wednesday. It'll be Al tomorrow and then Matty B going over that. So, you know how we do it. I start off. I give you the scoring as I do every other game that I've done this year. I start with the scoring, and the Phillies would get it started in the bottom of the third with Trey Turner with an RBI single that would put the Phillies up 1-0. The few batters later, the aforementioned Luis Ariz would hit an RBI single, making it 2-0 Phillies, and it would stay that way till the top of the sixth inning when Conine would hit an RBI single for the Fish, cutting the lead to 2-1. Derek Hill would get one of his two RBIs tonight with an RBI single in the bottom of the sixth, putting the Phillies up 3-1. And then Kyle Schwarber with a sac fly, putting the Phillies up 4-1. It would stay that way till the top of the seventh. Top of the seventh, Georgia would hit a 2-run double, cutting the Phil's lead to a 4-3 lead. Bottom seven, Hill again with a bases loaded walk RBI, putting the Phillies up 5-3. And then top eight, Navarro, I'm not about to say Navarro, but Navarro would go yard off of Brooks Raleigh. And how much of a disappointment has Raleigh been for the Phillies? I mean, this guy was striking everybody out with the Mets. He puts some Phillies pinstripes on. He can't get nobody out. But anyway, Navarro goes yard, cutting the Phil's lead to 5-4. Bottom of the eighth, Bohm with an RBI single, giving the Phillies a 6-4 lead. It would stay that way till top of the ninth when Otto Lopez would do an RBI single, cutting the lead to 6-5. That would be the closest that the Marlins would get, and that would be the game. All right, let's run down here. We're going to do the Broad Street Bottom Line. Take you around the MLB because there are some great scores for the Phillies right now. So we'll get into that, and as we get you looking more back towards this game as well. My Broad Street Bottom Line is this. Bryce Harper tonight was 3 for 4 for the Phillies. He was 3 for 4 with a walk. Also scored a run. So he didn't drive in any runs, but hey, he was 3 for 4 tonight. Luis Ariz carried a 1 for 5 tonight. Our big acquisition, 1 for 5. Alec Bohm was 1 for 4. Bryson Stott 1 for 3. Brandon Marsh continues to struggle the second half. He took an 0 for 3 tonight. JT Realmuto was 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Justin Crawford was only had one at bat, and he got a hit. And Derek Hill also had one at bat, also got a hit with a walk and 2 runs batted in. So there you have it. There is your Broad Street bottom line. Bottom line is this: from Arise down to Marsh, kind of a bad night. Again, 1 for 5, 1 for 4, 1 for 3, and 0 for 3. That middle of that Phillies lineup right there: 5, 6, 7, and 8, or 4, 5, 6, and 7. Ooh, it was kind of bad tonight in that lineup. So that's my Broad Street bottom line. Bryce Harper, offensive player of the game. Let's get you around the bases. All right, guys, I was wetting the whistle there. In Cincinnati earlier today, the Cardinals beat the Reds 2-1. It was the Orioles losing to the Rays 7-6. In the nightcap, the Reds do get the revenge on the Cardinals, winning 6-5. Of course, you just saw the Phillies hold off the Marlins 6-5. Tigers right now in Pittsburgh, top of the 8th inning, have an 8-5 lead over those Pittsburgh Pirates. Right now, matter of fact, that game is just about to go final up in Fenway. The Red Sox with 11-1 win over the Diamondbacks. So now that puts the Diamondbacks literally a game behind the Phillies, or 2 games behind the Phillies in the wild card standings. Up in Flushing, the Mets hold on and do the Phillies a solid. They knock off the red-hot Padres 2-1, dropping the Padres now a game behind the Phillies. So there you have it. Royals holding to a 7-4 lead in the top of the 8th. In Minnesota right now, it's bottom of the 5th inning. The Twins hold a 4-2 lead over the Braves. If this should hold up or continue, the Phillies would be 6.5 out. And the Cubbies have come back in the 7th, top of the 7th, over the White Sox 4-3. And in the bottom, top of the 5th now, out in Colorado, the Dodgers with a 5-1 lead over the Rockies. So there you have it. There is your scoreboard as we go around the bases. Now it is you guys. Elephant saying, "Oh, win is a win." Sanchez, first pitcher in baseball for 16 wins. Yes, it was. Good evening, Bob, as he wishes me good evening. It shouldn't have been this close. Well, Star Wars it is. Sometimes you got to tip your cap. You know, the other team gets paid to play baseball too. Good win for the Phillies. Small ball. Yeah, there you go. That's right. You know what, Nooms? When Matt and Al, when they have this the next 2 days, if the Phillies should lose, I think you should bring this to their attention. I really do. It says, his comment is great. He says, you knew they were winning with Lauro's postgame. That's right. If I'm on a postgame, most likely they're winning. Don't say that, Matt. He'll start scheduling me for every game. Do you think Sanchez can win the Cy Young? I think he can, but he's got a hell of a lot of competitors, especially one guy from his own team. So we'll have to wait and see there, Bob. 10 games over 500? Yes, they are. We need 7 or 8 from Wheels and a comfortable inning from McFarland. You know what? That wouldn't be a bad recipe for tomorrow night. It really wouldn't. Kind of give Duran a night off. You know, he kind of needs one. Bolin was in too long. The Fish can hit, though. They can. They're a pesky team. They really are. It's one thing I noticed with them. Arise didn't go to the team for no reason. Arise just doesn't walk, but they knew that when they got him. The Padres have a very easy remaining schedule. listen, I'm not worried about the Padres. If the Phillies and Padres end up with the same record the Phillies win, they swept the season series from them. So the team you really kind of, I think you got to watch kind of coming up in that nobody's really talking about is the Cardinals. The Cardinals are sneaky good. I was really surprised at Bolin staying. Yeah. You know what? I mean, Bolin just had a bad night. He's been one of the better pitchers for the Phillies this year, so I'm not really going to harp on him that much. Thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. Where's it at? There it is. He barely struck out. I don't know what you're meaning by that, Star Wars, but we got a tough. I don't know. Do we? News? I mean, really kind of look at. I mean, there's September. Yeah. If you're looking at how the teams are playing out, I guess you could say that because I know they finished with Tampa and the Brewers at home. But you really got to kind of take a look at the situations, I guess. News, if you're looking at it, could Milwaukee have the number one locked up by then? Could the Braves go on a fall, and have a bad 3 weeks to a month? That could possibly happen. So, I mean, the Phillies just got to take care of business of what's in front of them. But he was bad. Just some of the things I saw tonight that really kind of grinded my gears was really after Harper, like the lineup was kind of. And what's up with Schwarber too? Like, I'm sorry, my guy. Like, you're getting paid now, and like you're coming up with the bases loaded. Like, you got to produce. You got to produce. I'm sorry. You're one of the big boppers on this team. You got to produce. I mean, twice he had guys in. I think the first 3 times he was up, he had runners in scoring position, and twice he didn't even touch the ball. And the last time he had a weak ground out. Got to take care of the easy teams. The rest will work itself out. Ariza don't strike out. Well, he may not strike out a lot, but I'll tell you what, the one thing he's not doing is getting hits. I've been really, he's been lackluster for me. I mean, he's gotten a couple hits, but he's been really lackluster. Like, to me, he's been a lackluster signing for the Phillies. I was expecting the guy to drive the ball, and he doesn't. I don't know, man. He just put the pinstripes on and is kind of like going through the motions, I think. He only had 1 strikeout in his whole time here. Okay. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is he's not producing. He's not getting hits. He's supposed to be the stable bat in our lineup. And he just hasn't been. You can go back over the last 2 weeks since he's got here. He's kind of started off a little hot and then he's cooled. He had the first weekend series home, but once they hit the road and went to St. Louis, and then again in Minnesota, he's kind of cooled off. Yeah, Stott's been pretty good. Stott's been playing really good, especially third base. Could I live with Stott for another year at third base until we find out what's going on with Aiden Miller? Sure. I mean, I think eventually Stott's going to go back to second base anyway. I think they only rented I think Luis Arias is only going to be here for a year, or actually half a year. So, he says ending with the Brewers and Rays, but hopefully they'll be chilling. They're chilling by then. That's what I'm thinking too. So, I'm thinking the same things, News. Arias seems to be lifting the ball more. Yeah. Again, like, I want to see this guy, drive in runs. He did tonight. He did drive in the run tonight in the first inning, but after that, he was kind of silent. you know. Aiden Miller now at 10 days into full baseball activities. That's a good sign for him. So maybe he can keep going. Maybe batting fourth is getting to raise his head. I don't know about that, man. Those guys, they don't care where they are in the lineup. I think it's only Schwarber who cares that he's got to lead off. Oh, and by the way, it's water. In my trusty, dusty Wawa cup there. Guys, let's pay some bills real quick. Literally, coming up this week, Matty B will have you Saturday night as the birds fly by. That's right. You get to hear Matty B do a post game, another Eagles post game, and hopefully by his letter of the law that they come prepared this week. I don't know how prepared they're going to be. I know they do have a few practices against one another this week, and that seems to be the new thing now with the NFL, where they kind of put their, what they want to do in these practices and not so much for preseason games. So let's see what happens with that. That will be on Saturday. And of course, you got Big Al on Friday. As he will have the Philly Friday Frenzy. It will be the only time you will see Al this weekend because me and him are off this weekend. So again, and 1 week from tomorrow, that's right, the return of Props, Locks, and Parlays, myself and Out of the Box Entertainment's Paul Spencer. We will be here live Tuesday at 8 o'clock as we get you ready for week 0 of the college football season. We're also going to touch on division winners for who we think are going to win the division, ultimately for NFL division winners all the way up to Super Bowl winners. Also, I'm also going to say I'm going to give a thing for MVP as well. I want to see who we think has the MVP, who has good odds to get MVP. We will all be breaking that down. Also, the Heisman as well. We'll be breaking that down as well next Tuesday night. And then Wednesday, the 2nd of September, 8 o'clock, right here on It's a Wrap Sports Network. That's right. The Happy Valley Huddle returns year 1 of Matt Campbell out there at Happy Valley. I will be diagnosing him. No longer a pre- and post-game show. We are going to be doing a weekly show. So we will follow what happened the week before and look ahead to the week upcoming. So I'm very pumped about this. If you know me and watched the Happy Valley Huddle last year, I could not wait to get James Franklin out of Happy Valley. I've been saying it for 10 years. I've argued with people to say that he sucks, and I can't wait for that dude to fall on his face in Virginia Tech. Getting back to this game, it says Phils have enough positive flying around that there is more hope than I had in the beginning of the year. Need a 4 or 5 solid contributors from the under 30 crowd. Hey, maybe Noobs. I mean, we have to wait and see. He said Arias was limp. Yeah, I know. He slid into the bag at the end of the game. So, yeah, you might get a day off tomorrow. You might not see Arias in the game tomorrow. You might give him a day off. So, Marsh, Stotbohm, Crawford, Painter, Bolin, Miller. I mean, I think Marsh has got to right his ship a little bit. I mean, he was so good in the first half. You can pretty much say he was the Phillies' best hitter in the first half. So maybe, I guess, him carrying the team in the first half. I would like to see a little bit more from Crawford as well. I think Stott and Bohm have really picked their games up over the last couple of weeks, especially Bohm. Bohm, I was ready to sit on the bench and just let him sit there. And he's really come through for the Phillies, especially this past weekend in Minnesota. But again, against a bad Minnesota team, what can we take for what it's worth with that? But Bryson Stott, to me, I feel like he's gotten better now over the past month or like 5-6 weeks. He's gotten better. And I really like what I saw from Painter. Painter's kind of still a little too inconsistent for me. I've liked what I've seen lately. But again, I'm waiting to see what goes on there. I did like the signing of Bolin. I thought Bolin has had a great year for the Phillies. So, and again, I'm with you, Nooms. I'm not giving up on Aiden Miller yet either. So, as you said, you're not closing the door on Miller. I'm not either. I was ready to close the door on Painter, but he's kind of showed me something in his last few starts that kind of weighed me from not wanting to get rid of him. So, Bohm did have a good twin series. Yeah, he did. Hoping McFarland can stick around if that sinker stays consistently moving. I'll tell you what, I like him. I like McFarland, and hopefully they give him a shot. Hopefully he's one of the guys they keep up here in September. Get him working out of the pen. Sarver says not closing the door on Crawford. I'm not either. I just want to see a little more from him. That's all. Like to see his hitting pick up a bit. That's really basically what I want to see from Crawford coming up. Who are the probables tomorrow? It's got to be Wheeler. Wheeler always follows Sanchez, so I guess Wheeler's going for the Phils. Let me see. Phils probables. There we go. For this series tomorrow, Zach Wheeler, and it's to be determined right now. Also, Wednesday, you got a pretty good one, too. Sandy Alcantara, 13-7, goes against Aaron Nola, who's at 4-9. I'd like to see Aaron Nola get with a winning record this year, just so because of how bad he was. Zach Wheeler, 10-4. This is really weird. If you look tonight, Jansen Junk pitched for the Marlins. Christopher Sanchez with a 16-4 record, and he has 187 strikeouts. Zach Wheeler's got 137 strikeouts, and Aaron Nola's got 138 strikeouts. Kind of weird. He's been up all year. What do you mean? He's been up all year. Are you talking about Crawford? I just said I want to see him hit a little more. In other words, I want to see him get more hits. With that guy, he's another guy that pops out too much for my liking. I'm not saying he was down in the minors. I just said he needs to get up and hit the ball. All righty, guys. Well, listen, that's going to wrap it for me. Phils win 6-5. What's he say? Rojas was better, or Crawford was better than Rojas. Well, yeah, Crawford can hit the ball better than Rojas. In no way, shape, or form did anyone think Noah would get 2,000 Ks when he was drafted. No. Crawford. Okay, yeah. I know Crawford was up all year. Man, I get the Matty B cough tonight. Again, guys, Matty will be back tomorrow night after the Fighting's final with Big Al. So you will have there are only the three guys that are on this network, other than our buddy John Phillips, who does the Pittsburgh pre and post game for the Steelers. He's another one of our extensive guys here on It's a Wrap. So you got all three of us really in the next 2 days. Matty will be back tomorrow night with the final word around this time tomorrow. Also, Big Al will have the Fighting's final. Pitching matchups, don't know who's going for the Fish, but whoever's going for the Fish, they're going against Zach Wheeler. And Wednesday's matchup, I think Matty got a really good one with Aaron Nola against Sandy Alcantara. So that should be a good pitching matchup as well to finish this series out. Guys, you have been great. I will see you probably next week because I am not on schedule for the rest of the week. So you guys have a great week, and I will see you sometime next week. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night. Phils win 6-5. Nooms, if the Phillies lose, you got to let them know I wasn't on the call. That's why they lost. Make sure you do that, Nooms, all right? You guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys in roughly about a week or so.